Hello, what's up guys, Gazanfar here. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a very professional cleaning company services website in WordPress. We'll be using a theme called Breakdance, and we will basically be utilizing one of their demos throughout this tutorial. So I'll walk you through how we can import this demo and how we can create this website under 10 minutes. So if you are interested in learning how you can create this kind of professional cleaning company services website in WordPress, then without further ado, let's get started now. Alright, so the first thing that you have to do is to ensure that you have the Breakdance installed. If you don't have Breakdance, I'll drop the link of this plugin or theme in the description of this video. You can find it from here. This is just for the education purposes. If you want to use this for the production website or for the commercial use, I encourage you to get a license from the original Breakdance website. Alright, so here you can see I have uploaded this plugin, and what I am going to do is to activate this from here. Once you will activate, this will show you some of these settings. So where it says theme, always disable the theme, and that is recommended as well. And then here it will say that if you want, you can install the Analytics WP plugin. We don't need it, so I'll just disable it. And where it says improve Breakdance, I'm going to uncheck this thing, and then we are good. Once that is done, the next thing that you have to do is to ensure that you go to this design library option. And once you will go to this design library option, you need to find a template for the cleaning company. So just scroll down until you will find the template, and this is the template that we are going to use. This is really easy, really simple. The only thing that you have to do is to click on this import button, and once you will click on import button, it will show up something like this. From here, just click on confirm, overwrite and import, and then it will automatically start doing its thing. You don't have to do anything. Here you can see it has already created what it needed to create, and then from here you can just click on open in Breakdance. Once you will click on open in Breakdance, the Breakdance website page builder will start getting loaded, and here you can see it is loading the home page. This is the home page of our website, and you can see everything is created as it should be, as in the demo that I showed you. So before we go any further, let me just walk you through some of these options. So here on this right side, the most important thing is the structure panel. So if you will click here you will find the structure. This structure indicates what kind of sections, div and other components or elements we are using on this template, and you can basically control everything from here. So for example, this is the first section. If you click on this first section, right here on the left side, you will find additional setting. These are the styling settings for each of these section and any of these components that are there on this page. Now you can see this is a section. If you will click on the layout, here you can see this is aligned toward the right side, and then here under the background you can see we have this background image here, and then under the size you can see we have some height applied here, and then under the spacing we have some padding that is being applied there. Now whenever you hover over any of these elements, you can see we have this very light kind of border. If you click on this border, you can basically change the text or images or anything. So here where it says cleanify.co, we can just change it to your website name here, and then in this way you can basically change the title or anything that you want to. And here you can see this is dual heading. So here it says an expert cleaning services at your, and here it says home and office. So you can basically change this text anywhere that you want to. And then we have this book now button. You can change or add the link to the book now button right here. I'm going to remove this URL from here, and I'm only going to keep the contact because I believe we already have a contact page that came through this demo that we have imported. Now here if you will click on the star review, here under the rating you can see it says 4.5. if you want to make it 5-star, you can just make it 5, and now you can see it is filled. You can also make it 4-star, 3-star or anything that you want to. This is completely your choice. Once that is done, you can also change this image. You can click on the image, and there is the image. Click on this image and you will be on the media library where you can upload your own images and change the images however you want to. Then we have this who we are and some content and a button. You can click on the text and I already told you how you can edit any of these text. This is really very simple. Then we have this image comparison element that you can use for the before and after. So on the before, you can see we have this sofa that is dirty, but in the after you can see we have a very clean sofa. You can add more images here, or you can basically remove it or change it however you want to. The thing is very simple. Click on the image, and once you click on the image, you can basically import or upload your own images for the before and after. The next thing that we have is the services. If you want to add more services, you can add more services. And the only thing that you have to do here, you can see we have columns. So here where it says columns, just click on the column just in case you want to have more columns. You can basically click here, and then you can, here it says duplicate. So if you will click here, it will duplicate this element. So just in case if you have more services, you can use this method to have more components for the services on your page. Once that is done, the editing is really simple. Click on any of these elements, and then you can basically change the text of any of these elements and add the links to any of these elements however you want to. The next thing that we have is this pricing plan. So here again, the same thing. You can edit the text for the title, you can edit the text for this excerpt, but then this thing is advanced tabs, and this is wrapped inside a div. So if you will click on this advanced tab, here you can see we have these two tabs, residential and commercial. If you want to add more tabs, just click on add new tab, and here you can see we have one more tag, and here you can add the title for the tab. So you can add your own title. Here you can see it says title for the tab, and if you want to add an arrow, you can add icon, you can also add an icon. So let me just pick any of the icon, and here you can see we have this icon right here, and this way you can basically have these. Then we have this tab content option. So if you will click on this tab content, then you are basically editing the tab content for any of these things. So here you can see we have this pricing plan 1, pricing plan 2, and pricing plan 3, which is for this residential. If you will click on this commercial option, then you will have the option to edit whatever you want to edit inside these commercial options right here. And then this is again very simple. If you click here, you can see we have this standard package, the pricing. You can click here and then change the pricing to whatever pricing that you want to. Now you can see this is 49, and then you can also add some of the features right here. And if you want to have not included, then it will give you this kind of cross icon in the red color. If it is included, then it will be your base color with the check mark. And then you have this button with the book now that you can add a link, and you can link it to your contact page or booking form page so people can basically book it. The editing is really simple, nothing fancy right here or nothing very difficult right here. Then we have this why choose us section, and again for the images you can change these images, and then these are the icon boxes. You can change the text here, or you can change the text, the small text right here. Then we have another section that why or what makes your company different. You can insert the content right there, and then you can add book now. Then we have this testimonials. This is also inside a div, and then we are using simple testimonials. Here you can insert the testimonials from your customers. Here you will add the author info and then the author name. If you want to attach the image, you can attach the images as well. And we have the 3 of these components here, 1, 2, 3. So you can edit any of these components. If you really want to create your website and you are having a hard time, you can also contact me to create your website, and I will create your website. Don't worry about it. I'll drop my contact information in the description of this video. The last thing that we have is this contact information. If you want to change the home, the phone number, office address, or email, just click here and then expand it, and here you can see it says call us. Just select this and change your number. For the office address, select the text and change your address, and for this email, select the text and change your email address. For this form right here, this form is also created using the Breakdance. We are not using any third-party plugin. So just click on this form, and here you will find all of these different fields: the first name, last name, email address, phone number, company name, state, residential, enterprise, monthly, services, states, messages. Everything that you are seeing, you can edit it from there. And at the last we have this footer. So once you are satisfied, just click save, and once you click save, you can basically cross this out, and then you can go to front end. And now here you can see this is basically how it is looking. Don't worry about this. Sometimes say that this page uses pro only feature, and then here you can see this is not our front page, so we need to make this page as a front page. For that, go to the dashboard of your website, and once you'll go to the dashboard of your website, from here go to the settings option, and then from here go to the reading options right here, and where it says your home page, click on a static page, and from here choose home, and then click save changes. Once you will click on save changes, if you will go to visit website, now you can see this is how it looks. Now let me just show you how you can basically disable this bar that is basically showing up right there at the top. So in order to hide this notice from here, just click on this customize, and I'm going to provide you a little bit of CSS code. If you'll click on this additional CSS, just click here and then insert this CSS code, and it will basically hide this entire notification for upgrade to pro. Now here you can see you can copy it from here, or you can write it down yourself, or I'll just drop it in the description of this video. So once you have it, just click publish, and then if you will go back and give it a refresh, now you can see we no longer have that notification that says upgrade to pro. Now if you will click on this item, you can see we have a navigation menu right here. For some reason it is not showing up, but there is a pop-up. So in order for this pop-up to work, just go back here and hover over to this breakdance, and then click on this pop-up. Once you will click on this pop-up right here, you can see we have this pop-up and it is set to as active. You can edit this pop-up as well by clicking on edit in breakdance, and once you will click on edit in breakdance, it will basically load up this pop-up setting right here. Again, as I told you, the very important thing is this structure panel. So click on this structure panel, and here if you will click on pop-up, you will find the settings related to the pop-up right here. Now here you can see if you click on this style tab right here, you have this pop-up tab. So click on this pop-up tab, and here if you will click on this tiny pencil icon next to this position, you will find all of these position settings. If you want to align it in the center, you can align it in the center. If you want to align it on the right side, you can align it on the right side. And then if you want the content to be aligned in the center, at the bottom, or anywhere else, you have all of these different options. I'm going to align it on the left side however it was. And then we have this sizing option. So click on the size option. Here you can see for the width, it is covering 50% of the width. You can increase or decrease the value depending of whatever you need. And then here under the height, you can see it is set to as 100 viewport height. You can basically reduce it if you want to, but if you want it to cover the entire screen height wise, then set it to 100 viewport height, which is fine. And then we have some of these padding options. So click on the padding options, and here you can see we have 40 pixels on all of these different sizes. If you want to increase the padding, just increase the padding, and notice that it will start changing everywhere wherever you will change these values. And then we have animation settings. Click on animation, and under the entrance you can see it is coming from slide right. You have different options available right here. You can use flip right, and it will come as flipping through the right side. And then if you want, you can use the zoom in, and this is how the zoom in and zoom out work. That is entirely your choice. I'm going to keep the slide right, which was fine. And then you also have the option to select the exit animation, and it is set to a slide left, and that is fine. And then you have ease as linear export. These are different easing option for your animation. You can control all of these settings from here. Then we have this overlay option. For the overlay option, we currently are using this black color. If you want to use the blue color overlay, you can use the blue color overlay, and you can reduce the opacity of that overlay from there. Once you will do that, then you have this close button, and you can basically control the styling of this close button from here. Once that is done, the next thing that you want to do is to click on this image, because you know we are using this image, this texture kind of image as a background. You can upload your own image if you want to, but I'm good with what we have. Then we have this div, and inside this div we have all of these text elements. So we have home. I'm going to remove this title from here, and then I'll click on this icon, and then I'll pick home and add a link, and here you can see we have this home page link, and in this way you can adjust the links for all of these pages. Once done, you can click save, and then you can close it from here, and then you can go to front end. And once you will go to front end, don't worry if it show up something like this. You can just click on the logo and it will show you the home page. From here you have to click on open main header pages header. So click on this option right here to edit these headers. And once you will click that, here click on this icon right here, and here where it says action, click on this cog icon, and where it says action, from the action you can choose the pop-up from here, and where it says pop-up you will have to pick main menu pop-up, and action always open. All right, once you do that, here you can change your logo. So just click on the logo option right here, and then you can update your own logo. And then we have this button right here, you can update the link of this button. Once done, click on this save button and then click cross, and then click on exit to front end. And then if you will click here, now you can see we have our menu showing up. So in this way you can control this header as well. Now if I scroll down, you can see we have this footer. So let me just show you how you can edit the footer. So hover over to this breakdance and then click on open main footer. Just click on this, and once you will click here, it will basically start loading the footer. If you will click here, you can update the image and update your own logo. Then we have this follow us. Click here. This is a div, and then these are the social icons. So click on the social icon and insert your LinkedIn link, and where it says type, this is where you can control which social media platform you want to display, and then you can display all of these different social media platforms. Then we have this contact information. Click on the contact information, and here you can insert your address, your phone number, and here you can enter your email address. And this form right here is a newsletter form. So it says contact form, I can change it to newsletter form, and it only have one field, which is email field, and then it has the subscribe now button. Then there it says 2022, we actually want to change it to 2025, and then here your website name, and keep all rights reserved. And at the last we have this privacy policy, terms of services, and cancel and refund policy. If you want to keep it, otherwise remove it. Now you can click cross, and then you can go to exit to front end, and then click here. And once you will click here, this is your home page. And in this way you can basically create your own cleaning company services or cleaning services website using WordPress, using Breakdance Builder. I hope you have learned something new from this video. If you have learned something new, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell icon to always get the latest video updates. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.